Hi, I'm Giri Prakash from the Federal. In today's Big Money episode, we'll discuss how, with a low credit score, you can actually go ahead and seek a personal loan. There are several do's and don'ts that you need to do, but we will let you know what are the things that you need to do. So let us begin with what are the do's. First, let us look at how credit scores are evaluated. Lenders assess your credit score to gauge your ability to repay a loan. This score consolidates your credit history, including the credits you have taken and your repayment patterns, among other factors. They look at things like whether you have been able to pay your EMI on time, whether you have defaulted on your credit card bill repayments, and stuff like that. Lenders use this information to ascertain the risk involved in granting your personal loan, which is unsecured. And this is the key area. It is unsecured, which means that you're actually not pledging anything to get a loan on that. You're not pledging your house, you're not pledging your car or any machinery or anything, or a farmhouse or anything like that to get a loan. Therefore, they had to be doubly careful whether you're going to default on the loan that they give you. And also remember that you may not have any assets to declare to get a loan based on that. Contrary to the common notion, obtaining a personal loan with a subpar CIBIL, and what is CIBIL? CIBIL is a Credit Information Bureau, India Limited. It actually tracks your credit score, and there's a dashboard, and every time you pay an EMI, every time you go ahead and you're able to whatever credit card repayment that you have, you pay it on time, before time. It records each and every one of those transactions and then gives you a credit score, which could be as low as below 650 or as high as around 900. Now, the crux of the matter is whether you can actually go ahead and secure a personal loan with a low CIBIL score. Lenders use a credit score, as I told you earlier, to gauge the likelihood of you repaying a loan. A low CIBIL score might make securing a personal loan easier too. Maintaining a CIBIL score of 685 or above is advisable to increase your chances of approval. What are the things that you need to do to showcase that you are creditworthy? Showcase any salary increase or additional income to the lender to improve your loan eligibility despite a low credit score. Demonstrating a stable job and consistent income might convince lenders to approve your loan request, albeit at a higher rate of interest. Request a lower loan amount. Seeking a high loan amount with a low credit score heightens the perceived risk for lenders. By applying for a smaller personal loan, lenders may feel more at ease approving your loan, as lower amounts are generally easier to repay. What you're also doing is that by repaying your personal loan, which is for a lower amount of money, you're actually elevating your credit score. The other thing that you can do is become a co-applicant with a guarantor who has a high credit score. If your CIBIL credit score is not that good, consider applying for a personal loan with a co-applicant or a guarantor. Ensure the co-applicant or guarantor has a stable income, better credit score, which can enhance your loan approval chances. Rectify errors in your credit report. Ensure your CIBIL report is error-free. Errors can lower your credit score, and it may not be because of your defaulted or something. It may be just that it has not been updated properly. So regular checks and corrections are very important. If you have an NA or an NH in your credit score, an NA means not applicable and NH means no history on your credit report, indicates that there's been no prior credit activity or lack of credit in the last 36 months. You see, the paradox is that if you have not taken a personal loan or a home loan at all, you fall under the category of not applicable or no history at all. All right. So the option is that if you want your credit score to be better, It also means that you must have taken either a personal loan or a home loan. If you don't require it for a longer period of time, and then you're applying all afresh, then you could fall under either of these two categories. So discuss your credit inactivity with your lender. They may still offer you a loan, possibly at a higher rate of interest, because they have absolutely no way to gauge whether your ability to repay a loan. Acquiring a personal loan without a CIBIL score, this is the tricky part. For those without a credit history, securing a personal loan can still be accomplished by providing income statements, employment proof, and other documents. You can also consider a joint loan, find a guarantor, or use collateral such as car or house. But please do understand, it will be a far higher interest rate, which could actually go up to around 17 to 18%. So be prepared for that. Now, these strategies can aid in securing your personal loan despite a poor CIBIL score. However, ensure you have adequate funds for repayment to avoid further damaging your credit score. Utilize a personal loan EMI calculator to comprehend your EMI in advance and plan your repayment accordingly. Consider pledging assets like jewelry or property to obtain a personal loan in extreme cases. Obtaining a personal loan without a CIBIL score is tough, but not impossible. Lenders often focus on credit scores to determine an applicant's creditworthiness. Still, some institutions might consider other factors like income, employment stability, and collateral, albeit at a higher rate of interest and stricter terms. Establishing a credit profile is extremely necessary, which can be done through timely bill payments, secured credit cards, and small loans, which can facilitate easier loan approval in the future. Now, let us get into this whole structure of CIBIL scores. I'm sure you'd like to know what is the lowest you can get a personal loan and what's the highest. And it all depends, all varies as far as your interest rates are concerned. To apply for a personal loan, aiming for a CIBIL score between 600 and 750 is advisable. While it's not excellent, you can still approach banks or financial institutions for a loan in this range. Bear in mind that lenders may perform additional credit evaluations, a precaution, and potentially you might face higher interest rate. Now, how do you go around checking your CIBIL score? Almost all websites, even news websites, actually offer you free credit score evaluation, in the sense that they will tell you what's your CIBIL score. To ascertain your CIBIL score, you can visit any of the free credit score of any of the websites and your bank's online portals as well, or to the official website and enter your personal information. It could be your PAN card number and stuff like that. Apart from the fact you got to enter your email ID, your personal information like your name, phone numbers, etc., to get a credit score. Now, as we had discussed it earlier, the question arises again about whether if you have a CIBIL score and if you're not taken a loan or a credit card at all, what do we need to do? There are several of them who actually do not have a credit card at all. In cases where you have not engaged in any borrowing activity or owned a credit card, your credit history will be non-existent, reflected by a score of -1. Despite this, certain lenders might still consider lending to you as a first-time borrower, which we had discussed it earlier. Coming back to the CIBIL score itself, CIBIL score of 600 to 750 is advisable, but 750 to 900, you really will be able to apply for a personal loan and get a personal loan at far reduced rates of interest. Now, let us deep dive down further and find out how you can enhance your CIBIL score. Now, what are the things that you need to do? First, if you have a clutch of credit cards, talk to the banks which have given you the credit cards and find out whether there are any issues with your credit card repayment schedule at all. In case there is a huge amount of loans or an EMI that you need to pay and that you're not paid, please go ahead and pay that immediately. Please don't get into the trap of paying only the minimum due. If you pay the minimum due, you might feel satisfied that you have paid whatever was necessary, but your interest rates actually keep going up. I mean, in the sense that the total amount of money that you need to pay keeps going up. So the remaining amount will be seen by CIBIL as an outstanding amount. The other thing that you need to do is limit your borrowing capacity. When facing a low credit score, then minimize further borrowing. This approach lets you focus on managing and reducing your existing debts without accumulating new ones. Avoid canceling all your credit cards. Even after clearing your debts, resist the temptation to cancel all your credit cards. You may not know this, but it's important that you don't do this at all. Retaining them is crucial for building and maintaining a credit history for future necessities. We must tell you here that it is very, very important for you to obtain a personal loan at any given point in time. You should have credit cards. You should have actually taken a personal loan or a housing loan. Only then will any lender be able to gauge your credit worthiness. If it is empty, how does he know that your ability to pay or repay an EMI is good or not? The other thing is you look at consider secured loans. If you lack credit cards or loans, consider opting for a secured loan, like a vehicle loan. Although the interest rate may not be the most favorable, it can help initiate your credit history. Address blacklisting issues. If a previous tenant's actions have blacklisted your address, inform CIBIL about the errors for necessary correction. Manage credit card limits. Consistently utilizing your card's maximum limit can negatively impact your credit score. Ensure your spending doesn't habitually reach the entire credit limit. Opt for credit cards against fixed deposits. It's perhaps the safest instrument that you can have. If you need help to obtain a conventional credit card or loan, approach banks offering credit cards against fixed deposits. Open a fixed deposit and receive a credit card with a limit slightly below your deposit amount, helping to build your credit history. The other thing that you need to do is pay your bills promptly. Since utility bill payments will eventually influence your CIBIL score, consistently pay all your bills in full and on time. Avoid repeated loan or credit card applications. If a loan or credit card application is rejected, refrain from immediately applying elsewhere. Now, this is a trap most people get into. There are a whole lot of people who keep calling you and saying, would you like to take a loan, personal loan from us? We offer you this amount of money. And then in your enthusiasm to get some kind of personal loan, you go ahead and apply, give them several documents, and they finally find out for some reason or the other that you're not eligible for a personal loan. And at that time, your credit score actually falls. So do not immediately apply for another loan. Wait for some time. And therefore, improve your credit score and only then go ahead and reapply. By diligently following these steps, you can gradually and effectively enhance your CIBIL score, boosting your future borrowing prospects.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.